Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to my second part of my 7 Days to Die tutorial. I spawned myself in Creative World on the same map, just to save time, more or less. But anyway, for Horde base, or not a Horde base, but just any base, find a POI similar to this. I mean, don't have to be this one, preferably not something this frickin' destroyed, but more or less, you just go in, kill everything. Yeah, my block damage is up a bit, so. And this is a higher level gun. You're not gonna probably find one of these on day one. I did it just to, like I said, just for to speed things up. Basically, go in, kill all the zombies. Alright. Loot the POI at your own pace. Generally, you're going to want to destroy anything that allows the zombies. Generally, you want to pick a 2-story building and destroy anything that allows the zombies to get up to you. Can't actually hit that block. So annoying. Yep. And now he cannot get up to me, which gives me the advantage. See? Another thing to keep in mind is they will beat on. See, he's looking for a way to beat up the structure. So you do have to wait to kill the zombies. But a good start, like I said, just get rid of any staircases or ladders or anything that goes to the ground floor. Then what you can do is build your own staircase system to get up there. Don't really matter how you do it. I will see if that's the right ladder. It's not. So I'm just using this to clear blocks faster. Let me actually get some blocks. Alright. So you can build yourself some blocks. Normally this is done out of like wood and stuff. Again, cobblestone just to make life easier. Rotate it to the desired position. Do not place it on the ground or on that block because the zombies will be able to use it and get up to you, which you don't want. So place it 2 blocks off the ground. Build it up as high as you need to. Just like that. Ideally, make sure it is on a decently structurally sound position. Something like that. And then you can jump up, get on the ladder, and meander up to your safe area. And this here will keep you safe at night. I mean, as will any POI. But just knowing how to do this or getting to a second floor. And you don't even have to destroy the stairs like for day, 1 or 2. Just stay inside, craft some stuff, whatever. Not that big a deal. So that's pretty much how you take over POI. Higher level POIs will be more troublesome. Oh, there's a propane tank there, okay. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it for taking over POI. Next, I will show you how to build your own base. And I'll be back in just a moment. So, for a fighting position, which is basically just a defensible position, you can do this with any doorway. I just built my own here for just show and tell, more or less. Basically, blocks like that, preferably with a hatch. That way, as the zombies come up, you could still melee through and hit them, or shoot through if that's your thing. And they can't actually get to you without breaking down this hatch first. Again, I've got an upgraded one just because I found it before I found the wooden one. But wood hatch, iron hatch, steel hatches, the same concept applies. I wouldn't make steel hatches for this just because there's a lot of steel for not. Don't get me wrong, it is more durable than this iron one, but it's not worth the cost and the slow time it takes to open. So, I mean, you could use this even as like a rudimentary horde base. Yes, I broke my leg. Now I'm crippled and walking slowly. The only dilemma with using something like what I've got here is, one, you'd have to break the other pathway so the zombies don't just flank you. As well as it's best to build a little platform and a roof, which we can cover in just a moment. Alright, so if you're going to do a horde base out of a POI, it is best to find something with a second story or something like this barn where it's also got a second story. And your general idea would be to find where you want your fighting position to be. I'm going to use that window up there for starters and just build yourself a ramp. Literally build yourself a ramp. And there are a couple of important features as to why we're using a ramp. Usually they pertain to later horde nights. Alright, so we're going to come back here. And we will smooth this out in just a moment. That is one of those things. Alright, I think this is about at the right height. Then get some pole side centered blocks. And rotate them till they are facing in that position. This will be your bridge for your zombies. Unless you fall off. Come on. Yes, building is tedious. But all in all, that should work. Real quick, you are going to want to put some ramps. Not a mandatory requirement, just a helpful one. Alright. Boom. This just facilitates the zombies getting up here easier. Now we can also just use copy shape rotation. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Right. What the hell is that made out of? The hell are you made out of? Want it gone. I have no idea what that's made out of. Alright. Can't actually shoot shutters. So yeah, then you're just going to want to prepare your fighting position. Alright, see, we could have actually gone a block higher. I'll be back once I've done some renovation. Alright, a little bit of renovation done. But, right now there's a bunch of zombies after me. And, see, they can come up. And you would build a fighting position here, so you can either shoot them or not shoot them because... Oh, hot damn. And the ramp just allows them to get up here. If whether or not they have the intelligence for that, that's a whole other topic. But, and normally you can't get out here. I have yet to build a fighting position. These bozos interrupted that. But, basically, you take over your position, you fall and you break your leg again, because that's what this game is all about. Basically, you build yourself a nice little platform. If I would have built it right, I wouldn't have had to do this, but now, let's see, get a ladder. Can I reach that? That tractor could actually be a problem. Get rid of that, please. Well, gone is gone, I guess. Make sure, of course, to build it 2 blocks off the ground so the zombies can't just follow you up here. And see, get your copy shape. Alright, that works. Alright, and then I actually didn't have to go that far out there, but that is perfectly okay. Alright, now for your fighting position, you are going to want something like scaffolding ladder. And you will want to double this up. That's why I'm placing these on the outside. Kind of like so. And then you can rotate that way. Now they have to break through 2 layers of blocks. And ta-da. Rid of any blocks that aren't necessary for your construction. Whoops. Misclick. And of course you are going to want to have this be enclosed. The roof of most buildings will work, but just imagine I have enclosed this. I'll be back in just a moment to finish the outside. Alright, back on the outside. Just going to grab some of these, copy shape and rotation. These are the most consistent. They are a bit trickier to use. You know, to like swing through, especially for like your sledgehammers and stuff. And of course we gotta click here. Just get rid of that. Boom. And in hindsight, I messed up. Let me fix it. Alright, time to fix a mistake. It is actually, you put blocks here instead. Slight oversight. Alright, and then followed, where is it? The wedge 60 tip. You want this to be upside down? Is that the right orientation? Or is it full wedge 60s? I think it's full wedge 60s. I don't know, I do know there's a particular way to do it, but I've never actually been able to build the way that you're air quote supposed to. That's not it. Oh, it's that probably. Alright, yeah. Get your wedge 60 tips like that. Now go and get yourself a regular wedge 60. Same orientation. Move block that is hindering progress. Alright. Boom. That way the zombies can come up here, but they can't actually get into your base. And then if they jump and pile up, they will get either pushed back or knocked off. Either one works for you, don't really matter what they do. And that's pretty much it for your basic horde base. You could also build all this from scratch. You won't have to build a whole barn like this. Just build a platform with some supports, this fighting position or a similar fighting position, and that'll last you usually till, you know, day 21, sometimes day 28 horde. Again, it varies a little bit depending on how much damage. And this is an active fighting position. You will have to actually babysit this, or the zombies will destroy it and eat you. Not good. So, now on to building one from scratch. Alright, so generally you'll want to find yourself someplace reasonably flat. Not too close to any other POIs or buildings. But still kind of close enough to where you can do stuff with it if need be. Alright. And this, you don't need to go through all these extreme measures. I am just going to show you a very solid horde base. Probably not super practical for building early game. Bugger off. Thank you. So anyway, you got yourself a nice little, what is this, a 5x5 platform? Yes. And you're going to want to build this up 6 blocks. I'm not going to bore you with that, so just build it up 6 blocks high. Alright. once your thing is 6 blocks high, you are going to want to build up some corner posts because you have to put a roof on this bad boy. Really quickly, I'm gonna get something I can just destroy for building. This has used a little over 100 blocks. So yeah, we can... Generally, you want to go about 4 high here. This gives you plenty of room on the inside. You know, for moving and shooting and stuff. And be beautiful. For the roof, you can enclose this and completely, or you can put bars in. Completely optional, does not matter in the slightest. Bars would allow you to shoot up at any vultures, or you know, other critters up here. Should only be vultures up here, but sometimes zombies get stupid. Lastly, for this, if you want roof access, which is recommended, place yourself a couple ladders. Then this allows you access to roof if you want to perhaps go over here, you know, shoot down at your fighting position for the zombies, or collect bird remains. Completely up to you. What I usually do as well is I also, again, optional, I usually put bars along here. Just helps keep out cop spit and vultures. Or you could enclose the whole thing. If you're on multiplayer, you might also want to consider leaving these all open, so you can, you know, so your friends can also have their own fighting position. But in the interest of staying alive, single player, solo, you know, just going to build yourself a simple fighting position. Just one. I mean, you could enclose the rest of this, just make a cube here too. That's totally, you know, something that can be done. And pretty much that's it. Just basically build the same ramp path thing that I built over there. And, again, this should last you a day 14, day 21 horde. Obviously, the more you can upgrade this, the better. Even with a couple misclicks, you used a little under 200 blocks. It would be more for a ramp, so probably closer to 300, maybe 400 blocks total, which is, I believe, 3,000 or 4,000 cobblestone, if you have cobblestone blocks like I have here. You can just craft those in the crafting menu. Yeah, here's wood blocks, and then somewhere in here there's cobblestone blocks. Yep, 10 cobblestone a piece, so yeah. All in all, it's a pretty simple horde base. Hopefully it works out for you guys. And a lot of horde bases are just a variation of this. Another thing you could do with the other one, let me get... Alright, if you want to give your zombies a little more options, what you could do is place ladders along here. Make sure they touch the ground so the zombies can use them. And then your zombies can meander up here to get back into the fight a little bit quicker. That's optional. The biggest reason you need to have a ramp instead of just a ladder, per se, is for zombie bears, zombie dogs, and dire wolves. Because those cannot utilize ladder, and if without a ramp, they will tear your foundation to shreds, collapsing your entire structure. So yeah, that's also why you want a strong support system, because otherwise, you know, your base will collapse, and that is no good for anybody. Let's see. I hate looking for stuff in this menu. I guess the rocket launcher actually isn't on this menu. Wow, that's annoying. Oh, there it is. Never mind. So yeah, like if you're... Otherwise your zombie dogs and bears will, you know, destroy the, you know, the supports of it, which could potentially cause a collapse. I do not actually know what that stuff is, but it appears as though it cannot be hit. I'm going to stand back. Also important reason to upgrade your structures, because eventually there will not be enough structural integrity left to hold up your base. Why and how that has not collapsed, I do not know. Probably that right there. Okay. This base is severely defying all physics, but basically they will destroy a foundation and all this will go away. Which leaves you down here with all the zombies, which is not where you want to be. So yeah. Structural integrity is important. Otherwise, there, it finally collapsed. All in all, I would say that was pretty solid, but still. It's one of those things, just make sure you keep your structural integrity in mind. Always upgrade your core blocks first. Because if you have like a long extended bridge, that's going to collapse, kind of like that. Kind of like that one did. So yeah, that's it. I'm done. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And you at least got to see some stuff blow up at the end. So that's your reward for sticking around. And without further ado, see you guys next time. Peace.